Come on, Larian, I can fix her! Baldur's Gate 3 does an incredible job with storytelling and characters. I personally haven't felt this invested in a group of characters since my first time playing the Mass Effect Trilogy, but many players, myself included, are malding about one particular story arc in the game, Karlach's personal quest and unhappy endings. In this video, we're going to talk about Karlach's story arc and why she deserved a better ending than the one she got in Baldur's Gate 3. So buckle up, grab some iced coffee, and let's trauma bond over our fiery friend Karlach. This video is sponsored by Dragonair Silent Gods, a brand new open-world fantasy RPG that you definitely don't want to miss. Dragonair is inspired by Dungeons & Dragons, and the developers have really captured that classic D&D vibe with this game. And with over 10 million downloads since launch, Dragonair secured the top spot in more than 10 regions. Click on the link in the description to download the game and join D&D Legends in Dragonair. And check out the exclusive gift codes to redeem limited edition gift packs. Dragonair Silent Gods features tactical team-based gameplay, emphasizing strategy and role-playing elements inspired by D&D. But the true arbiter of your fate is the mighty D20. Devs have really baked that classic D&D vibe into all aspects of the gameplay, even down to on-screen dice rolls for the plethora of skill checks in the game, such as bartering, stealing items, persuading NPCs, critical hits in combat, and so much more. On November 17th, Dragonair is adding the iconic characters Drizzt Do'Urden and Errtu into the game, with more legendary D&D characters coming in future updates. Drizzt and his trusty Panther companion will feature their own storyline, which you definitely don't want to miss. Dragonair is available to play on Windows, Mac, Steam, Epic Games, Android, and iOS, and now is the perfect time to start your adventure. Click on the link in the description box to download the game and join D&D Legends in Dragonair, and check out the exclusive gift codes to redeem limited edition gift packs. Before we dive into how to fix Karlach's ending, let's first define the problem and quickly walk through all ways her personal quest can end. Karlach is dying, and not just because of the Mind Flayer tadpole in her head. Years ago, Karlach was betrayed by her master Gortash, who sold her into the service of the archdevil Zariel. Part of this deal involved replacing Karlach's heart with an infernal engine, which fuels her rage-filled combat prowess. After escaping from Avernus, Karlach began experiencing troubles with her ticker, and we learned from the tiefling blacksmith Dammon that Karlach's infernal engine is fatally unstable. It was engineered to exist in the hot atmosphere of Avernus, but now that Karlach is back in Faerun, her engine is a ticking time bomb that will eventually take her life unless she returns to the Hells. Despite our various efforts at stabilizing or fixing Karlach's engine throughout the game, there is no solution in the end, and Karlach's story arc concludes in basically one of three ways depending on our choices. Ending 1. Karlach dies. After defeating the Big Brain, Karlach's engine burns up on the docks of Baldur's Gate, and we honor Karlach's wish to never return to Avernus. While there is a sort of poetic beauty to this ending, it's simultaneously heartbreaking and brutal to watch. Karlach helped to save Baldur's Gate, and her only reward is a fiery death.
I'm ready. I stand back. I'm going to...
Ending 2. Karlach goes to Avernus with Will. In this case, we convince Karlach to leave Baldur's Gate and live to see another day. While I'm certainly happy to see Karlach live on, there's a huge problem with this ending, namely Zariel, Karlach's former master. Zariel is incredibly powerful, and waltzing back into her domain is a huge risk. Do you really think Zariel will leave Karlach alone? Will promises to never let Zariel harm Karlach, but let's be real here. What power does Will have? Sure, he's passionate, but he got completely finessed by Mizora, which is how he got his own set of troubles to begin with. And assuming that Will is still pacted to Mizora, who herself basically serves Zariel, what power will Will truly have to protect Karlach if Zariel wants her back? You'd have to be hopelessly naive to think Karlach's return to Avernus would constitute some kind of happily ever after, with her and Will skipping through the hells together. But it's the lesser evil compared to Karlach's spontaneous combustion. This ending at least buys us some hope that Karlach could find a more permanent fix to her engine, and perhaps a way to leave Avernus for good in the future. But there are a lot of unknowns, many of which could end very badly for our tiefling Bay. And this brings us to ending 3. Karlach becomes a mind flayer. While making your choice between the Emperor and Orpheus, Karlach will offer to transform into a mind flayer to help defeat the Netherbrain. This solves the infernal engine problem for Karlach and will allow her to remain in Baldur's Gate. It's a win-win, right? Well, not really. Karlach is permanently altered with this choice, and I'm not just talking about her brand new tentacle beard. Her entire personality is transformed, and I wonder if her former self will continue to slip away in the days to come. All that fiery passion, humor, and lust for life have been blunted into the soulless husk we see before us.
I accept your assessment. You would have been an excellent helpmate in my exploration of what it is to live. But perhaps we are both of us too changed. We have accomplished so much together, and will continue to achieve a great deal apart. Congratulations on your victories, and don't hesitate to call on me in future if need should arise. I suppose this is goodbye, soldier.
None of these endings are truly satisfying, and Karlach's quest feels like an exercise in hopeless futility. Roughly a week after the full launch of Baldur's Gate 3, players began airing their grievances with Karlach's questline on Reddit and Larian's official forums, the latter of which has 119 pages of comments discussing Karlach's disappointing finale. Baldur's Gate 3 is filled with quests that offer the player numerous impactful choices that can change the direction of a story arc or character's fate. But every choice in Karlach's questline leads to a complete dead end. Even if we collect all the infernal iron and metals and bring them all to Dammon, nothing significantly changes. Karlach is still dying, and even though Dammon assures us he's working to find a more permanent fix, nothing ever comes of it. This is pure speculation on my part, but I wonder if Larian originally had different plans for Karlach's questline in Act 3, but ended up cutting it because they ran out of development time. It feels like the quest was building towards a finale where we could fix the engine in Act 3, but it just never happens, which leaves the quest feeling unfinished. The lack of solution for Karlach's infernal engine also feels unbelievable in the context of the setting. Think of all the impossible odds you overcome in this game or in D&D in general. There's all sorts of magic, divine intervention, and feats of daring adventure. This is a world where you can literally resurrect someone from the dead with all their memories and personality intact merely by reading the words from a scroll. But a hellish pacemaker? Nah, ain't nobody can fix that, bro. Did we really exhaust all our options with Dammon, the self-proclaimed best blacksmith from Avernus? I didn't see any credentials, by the way. He could be full of shit for all we know. What about the Gondians? They're engineering geniuses by all accounts. Couldn't they take a look at the engine? Hell, even Raphael or that lady from the Devil's Fee should have been able to hook us up with a contact. Nope, sorry Karlach, guess you'll just die then. It's hilarious too when you compare Karlach's story to Gale's. Gale also has a fatal contraption in his chest. And how does that one get solved? Divine intervention, baby! Unless you deliberately choose to have Gale sacrifice himself, he gets to live on happily ever after, even though his situation with the orb was brought on by his own actions. Karlach did nothing to deserve her situation. She's a good-hearted person who made the mistake of trusting Gortash. But I guess if Larian just wanted to tell the story of a tragic hero, with the lesson, bad things happen to good people and sometimes they can't be fixed, then that's their prerogative. But I don't have to like it. To Larian's credit, they did make some changes to Karlach's ending based on feedback from the players. This was reminiscent of the extended cut version of Mass Effect 3's ending, in the sense that they fleshed some of the things out, but did not change the story results. The changes included adding in new epilogue scenes to flesh out Karlach's ending, as well as some additional dialogue allowing Karlach and the player to reflect on her situation in Acts 1 and 2. and you even get the option to go to Avernus with Karlach, which is a pretty cool scene. Ultimately, I was hoping for a happy ending where Karlach could stay in Baldur's Gate without being turned into a tentacle-faced freak, but at least the new cutscenes provide a bit more closure than what we originally got. I don't expect Larian will make any further significant changes to the quest at this point, so I'll just end on this note. Karlach deserved better than this, but I guess people don't always get what they deserve. What do you think about Karlach's quest line? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, be sure to subscribe to Big Dan Gaming for more BG3 and RPG videos. Big shout out to all the channel members for supporting my content. Until next time, this has been Big Dan. I should go.